Hi everyone, it's Asia here, Lemon Creation, and today I have for you my very first abstract page which I created with watercolor pencils from Arrtx, so stay tuned. So guys, I got this box of watercolor pencils. There are 72 pencils. This is a watercolor pencil box from Arrtx. Which is a really good brand. I work with them quite a lot, usually with acrylic markers, but for once I have something to work with watercolors. And you know me, I love watercolors, and that would be my very first project which I actually did from scratches with watercolor pencils. And what I love absolutely about this box, look at this, is ingenious. The way it's folding, the way the storage box is just amazing. I've never actually seen something like that, and when I've seen it for the first time, I was like mesmerized with that. It's such a simple yet such a neat idea. You work with it quite nicely. The only problem is that the crayons are actually moving quite a lot inside, but I don't think that's really a problem, because in a normal box they would move also. And this box comes with a small paintbrush and the swatches, and I got also this watercolor notebook you just seen on the top of the page. It was like roughly half of A5 size. And so the idea of watercolor pencils, as you all know, is that you can write with them or color with them as a normal pencils or crayons, or you can add water and just dilute it, so they will give you a watercolor effect. So I'm using now the nylon brush I got from in this box from Arrtx. It's not my favorite brush, to be honest, but I think it's just more like, the brush you take on the go. It's already included in the box, so if you need a brush quickly, you can get it, and you have it something at hand. But I prefer, for doing swatches or for doing pages, I prefer a brush which is actually a little bit thicker. So I took my Fumui brush. But really there is nothing wrong with this brush from Arrtx. It's just too small for me to do swatches. And while I started doing swatches, I decided also to do the page at the same time. I kind of wanted to check how the crayons also will behave on the textured watercolor paper, because Arrtx gave me this paper to do the swatches. I assume it's watercolor paper, but it was smooth. But I wanted to actually try the crayons on the watercolor paper, which is textured, to see how do they work on it. And what I've noticed is that, yes, they do work quite nicely, but if you make strong lines, even if you add water, the lines are gonna be still visible, which is a good thing, and it could be a bad thing, depends how you look at it. And so I decided also to try the crayons already on the wet surface, as you can see right now. And later on, you're gonna see that actually there is a way to really, really nicely create some watercolor effects with these pencils if you use them on the wet surface. And I think this is actually my preferred color of application of these pencils. I prefer to use them straight on the wet surface, although there are some effects you cannot achieve if you do that. So it's better for some effects, of course, it's better to put them on the dry surface first and then add water. And what I've noticed also, the color choice is amazing. There's 72 colors, so you have really something to choose from. But the colors which are very, how do you call it, very bright, like the first yellows, for example, they are quite, well, if you add water, they are not actually, there is not this wow effect, I'd say. But it's still, it's a very, very light color. So, you have a choice. You don't have to use the light yellow, because you have so many yellows that you can use also darker yellow and get the better color. So this is something I discovered also. And later you're gonna see from the pictures and from the at the end of the video, I'm gonna do a little bit of swatching video when I am finishing this page with the rest of the colors. And you're gonna see that some of the colors, they are actually different when they are just used as colored pencils, and the color is changing when you add water. So it's super cool. And that's why the swatches are always so useful, guys, because, you know, with the paints, with the crayons, with markers, it's usually like that you get different colors than what is advertised on the crayon. I forgot to tell you, each crayon actually has their own, not name, but their own number, which corresponds perfectly with the numbers on the swatching paper. So it's very easy to actually find them. And look at that, guys. I am going for, obviously, for pinks and coral reds and orange, and creating this abstract page. My idea was not even at the beginning to create a page out of it. I just wanted to see how the colors will work on the textured paper. And out of that, I just decided, well, it looks quite nice. I'm gonna try to make something out of it. So I discovered what I like to do with this pencil is when the paper is a little bit wet, not necessarily very, very wet, I place my lid of the pencil almost flat, and I just kind of try to do a freehand movement. I'm not sure if that's a good word, but kind of just go with it. But the lid has to be almost flat. So I am not using the sharp part of it, the pointy part of it, but rather, you know, as you can see here, like I'm also twisting it. And what does it make is that it actually releases so much pigment onto the paper, and in such a nice way, especially when the paper is not pigmented, textured, sorry. That it looks super nice. And you can see here, especially in the middle, it's kind of breaking in some places, you know, the line is breaking in some places, and it looks so nice. So this is what I actually love doing with these colored pencils. And I have to tell you that I did all the swatching. The crayons actually once fell from the box because I didn't know how to open them, and they just fell. Not from like very high, but they fell a few good centimeters. And so I did two art journal pages, two abstract pages rather. The second one is gonna be in the second part of my video very soon. And I have to tell you, not even one lid got broken or chipped or wherever. They are actually very, very good, very sturdy. So I'm really happy with that. And here is the finished swatch sheet. And as I mentioned at the very end of the video, after the final photos, you're gonna see the very quick rest of the swatching like video. So if you wanna have a look at how I made it and how they look like when I was making them, just stay tuned and have a look at that after the close-ups. And I'm gonna give you guys links to Arrtx pencils in the description box below. As always, also links of other products I used to create this page. And I'll be very happy if you leave a comment. If you have experience already with the watercolor crayons, maybe you have a different way of applying them to the page or creating art with them. That would be nice if you can all share. So thank you for that in advance. And as you can see, I added a little bit of my small mark makings with black and white colors. And I created a really, really abstract page because why not? So what's my opinion about the watercolor pencils from Arrtx? They are quite nice, they are quite good. Some of the colors are beautiful also. I've noticed once applied they are not too reactive with water. I sprayed the paper at some point, I made some splatter, but the color didn't, it was dry already, didn't reactivate really. But other than that, look at that, guys, it's actually full of colors, so it's beautiful. The only bright colors which I would say they are not that much useful for using with watercolors or as watercolors, but otherwise really nice product for you to judge and for me to see in the future how they behave. So thank you once again for watching, for subscribing. Please find all the links in the description box below, and I hope I'm gonna see you in my next video. Stay well guys, and I'm sending you big hugs. Bye bye.